Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. Today we're dealing with Black History Month and Donald Trump. This is a defining moment for Donald Trump, Black History Month, because we can really see if what he's saying is true about uniting the whole country. Then we want to see what activities, and especially we'd like to see which black leaders or black activists or black role models that he brings to the forefront. Now, we honor and we respect Dr. Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. That's fine, but that's safe. We don't want this Black History Month, we don't want it to circulate around Dr. King and Rosa Parks. We want you to talk about the greatness of Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, say Marcus Garvey, Paul Robeson, Du Bois, W.E.B. Du Bois, okay. Let's get some more in. Greats. And when I say greats, I mean revolutionaries. Dr. Khaled, Black Panthers, Huey P. Newton, H. Rap Brown, Shirley Chisholm, highlight her for Black History Month, Barbara Jordan, so many that fought that whites called controversial, but we said that they were right on. Meaning, let us pick who we want, and let's see if you all will highlight them. We know Dr. King, Rosa Parks, that's like the staple. That's common, that's safe. You know, that's anybody can pull them two out and say Rosa Parks, Dr. King. But we talking about the figures that you all call controversial, but that was necessary for our movement, in particularly where we're at today. See, the mind of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad made us scholars, teachers. We studied, learned. And so our perspective, or let's say our direction that we choose to, whatever we endeavored or endured in life, was based on a mathematical plan system that we derived for ourselves. Then we implemented it, and that's how come we understand that we will have success based upon those principles or the universal laws that govern man. So you can because you have, but Black history, I guess is what I'm saying is much more than Dr. King and Rosa Parks. You know, the boycott, the bus situation with the buses, and Rosa Parks, the boycott of not riding the buses, which cost the white companies revenue. They realized that, hey, blacks spend a lot of money. We have got to hurry up and put them back on those buses. Yeah, okay. That was fine. But when you have a man who was taught, when you have a man like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad who taught Malcolm X, and Malcolm X went to Harvard. Malcolm X never lost a debate. When you have that type of mind, it needs to be highlighted. The world should know. The world should have been known about the story of Hidden Figures. The world should have known about that a long time ago. Just due to the fact that mathematics is very important. But you shun mathematics because it was on a black face. See, that's hypocritical, and that's what we mean by racism. Mathematics had to be shunned strictly because the face of it was on a black woman. So we're not going to show the greatness of what mathematics can do, of how it can pinpoint landings from outer space or coming from the moon, or moon orbit. We don't want the world to know that because a black person done it. That's hateful and it's racist. Now, when I watched the Supreme Court Judge Gorsuch, that was Trump's nominee. Trump picked him. I happened to my TV was on. I woke up, glanced at the television, and I thought, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was something that was going on in Parliament in England or Britain or Germany or France or something, because I didn't see any black people until I saw, I think Trump came, he came out first. And I was like, okay, well, is Trump overseas? And then they announced he's getting ready to announce Gorsuch for a Supreme Court judge. And I said, man, it's a total different switch from the Obama's White House, because you'd have blacks in there, you'd have Asians, you might see a Hispanic person, but it looked like America. But when I saw Gorsuch, the people who attended his confirmation of Supreme Court Justice, I looked around, I saw one black man, a black female, and I think an Arab, Middle Easterner man. And I said to myself, damn, this looks like when back in the day during slavery, when they would have the dinners, the balls or whatever, and you had the slaves serving, you had a few of them in there. I thought I was watching an old picture of slavery or something, man. The way that how not diverse it was is the point I'm trying to make. It didn't even look like America. So when Trump's saying it didn't look like the America I've been used to seeing since Obama for 8 years, of a diverse of Hispanics, Asians, black people, Native Americans, Japanese, Dominican, whatever. But it was a diverse group of people. Trump, New America, is 100, no, not 100, I'd say 96% white. But the difference is why a lot of minorities, or what they call minorities, are not upset with that, is because we know that, how can I put it? You want to put the problems to America in our white hands, and you think they're going to come up with a solution? That's what everybody waiting to see. We want to see the greatness. You put down Obama. You put down all the other non-whites. So now it's predominantly all white. And so people want to sit back and see what you got. All white. Bring back the jobs. Bring back the economy. Make America great again. Because obviously what Trump is saying, in order to make America great again, we whites are the only ones that can do it. And if that's the case, then our tax dollars, our taxpayers should benefit from it. So, we're sitting back and we're observing. We see, because the action or the proof is in the pudding. We actually, I'm not making this up. Just go back and look at Gorsuch, the gathering forum, and look throughout the room when Trump announced him to replace Judge Scalia. Just sit back and look at the atmosphere, look at the people. See how many, if you're not white, see how many people look like you that was there. So, one thing we can assess during this Black History Month is who Trump highlights for Black history and what effort or agendas do he have planned for Black History Month. I want to hear his story, but I don't. But we know about Martin, we know about Rosa Parks. We want to go past that. Let's get into some knowledge. Let's get into some Noble Drew Ali. Like I said, let's get into some Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Trump knows. Even if he highlighted Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was a soldier, so okay. He knows the history of these great men that I've mentioned and great women that I've mentioned. We just want to see if he's going to highlight any of them during this Black History Month. That way we would know as black people in America where we stand by the way he handles Black History Month. If he give it little to no credence at all, then we get the picture. But if he talks about some of our greats, then we'll say, okay. And I'm talking about the truth of our greats. I'm talking about mention the Million Man March 1995, the great achievement of Brother Farrakhan. Mention Brother Farrakhan's great work that he's doing today. I want to see it for myself. I don't want the lip service. And once again, and I'm not harping on Dr. King and Rosa Parks, but that's the safe bet. Trump doesn't make the safe call. He tells the truth, whether people likes it or not. He'll just say it because it is true. He doesn't have anybody to. He doesn't have anyone who he has to answer to. So he can say what he wants to say. And that would give us a glimpse into his mind and which direction he's going and where we stand as a people with this new administration. It's going to be an interesting 28 days of Black history, the shortest month of the year. But we're going to take that compacted month and cause a black explosion to where knowledge is born, to where the youth, young people can finally hold their heads up and cheer for their greats, as such as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, then Mark Vesey, so many others, Mary McLeod Bethune, even Nat Turner. Meaning those who wanted freedom and loved freedom so much that they risked their lives. Harriet Tubman, who stated that she freed over 1,000 slaves and could have freed over 1,000 more if they knew that they were slaves. Meaning some people didn't even know, was brought up in bondage, never knew freedom, and didn't even know that they were slaves. They thought it was just a way of life. And it was like that for a long time until Master Farah Muhammad came and raised up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and started showing, if you free, then why you don't have justice? And they had to think, well, what is justice? What does justice look like? And upon definition, they automatically knew, well, hell, we don't have that. We don't have equality. And this is back in the 30s, to the 40s, to the 50s, 60s, 70s. We still getting treated like second-class citizens. What's the justice in that? So, our thinking had to change at a particular time. Just like today's time, our thinking has to change. You have to fall in love with freedom, justice, and equality, and the independence of a people. That's where we're at today. And they're not going to teach you. It's those who risk their lives to gather the information to give the once slave and the one who they would like to remain mentally a slave for their benefit. And you try to, as Brother Farrakhan did so beautifully, of the donkey and the coat. You got the donkey and the coat tied together. And as Brother Farrakhan said, the coat represented the learned, and the donkey represented the unlearned, and Jesus came in riding on the unlearned. People celebrated. And why did they celebrate? Because let's put it like this. Everybody in the town know who the unlearned or the unlearned are. And they've been that way for who knows how many years. They were a problem that nobody can deal with. And people have been monitoring them because they knew who they were at once upon a time. So they monitored them. And then, but nobody could, first of all, nobody had the interest in them to teach them. And then, secondly, nobody wanted to teach them because they would be interfering in the king's business. So they left them deaf, dumb, and blind. But you had this man that they called Jesus who came and said, I teach them. I give them knowledge, wisdom, freedom, justice, and equality. I teach them. And I'll be their king, and they'll be my people. I take these over here, the despised and rejected, who you all abused. I come in with them. So Jesus came in riding on the donkey. He came in riding on the unlearned masses of that time and taught them and raised them up. And he was the only one that could do it, just like today. 35,000 showed up in Houston, Texas, right before the Million Man March in 1995, showing you the thirst and the depth of knowledge that's down here in Houston. Because truth is truth as we see it. We still, even though during all the slavery and all the madness that went on in Texas, we still value the truth. we still value what's right. Or we put it like this, because yeah, you have a lot of let's say, you might have, as they said, Sunnyside was the number 6 murder rate in the nation. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the principle or the core essence of truth is what we believe in. Now, how we go out and carry and act upon that truth is a different story. But the principle of truth we stand on. That's what I'm saying. We revere that. We hold that up to the light. Because we know that the truth is the guide. That's where we stand. So Black History Month with Trump. I mean, this thing is going to be interesting. It's kicking off today. Y'all stay tuned. I mean, this is one of the greatest shows on earth where you don't even have to have a ticket to watch this one. I mean, this thing is going down in history. I mean, this is something to see. Black History Month with Trump. I mean, this is the tell-all. This is the moment of truth. This is what's going to lead you out of the darkness into the light. This is just what it is, and then it's gonna see if you can accept the truth and deal with it, or will you remain under any type of illusions? Will you remain under an illusion? I mean, this is it. This is actually going down in 2017, February the 1st. It's morning time, so Trump hasn't made any announcements as far as Black History. And maybe he might later on in the day. And I want to see who he highlights. Trump, I want you to talk about Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I want you to talk about the greatness of Malcolm. You got the $16,000 Muhammad Ali book. Talk upon that. Give us something different. Meaning, don't X out Dr. King and Rosa Parks. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying that we had so many other greats who fought from a different angle of a different core principle, belief that young black people need to know about. No, I take that back. Brother Farrakhan has been teaching young black people about all those people I mentioned that white people need to know about. Young white people need to know about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Young white people need to know about Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali. I was in the library one time and saw a white guy check out the autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley. So white people want the knowledge as well. Black people have to act out on the knowledge. But truth is truth and knowledge is knowledge. Feral Pig Radio, we're out.